Bom dia, galera, aqui é a Dra Liz e hoje eu tô aqui para conversar sobre um assunto que nos toca bastante aqui nos Estados Unidos, que é trabalho. A gente trabalha demais. Eu tô aqui almoçando hoje com minha irmã e os filhos dela e também meu irmão, e a gente vai fazer um comentário sobre isso. Trabalho nos Estados Unidos, cara, vocês não vão acreditar a quantidade que a gente trabalha aqui. Fica ligado para ver as contas minhas, deles, e agradecer que você mora no Brasil, onde ainda a gente aprecie férias e qualidade de vida. E um equilíbrio também. Saudade disso. Vamos lá. A gente tá comendo aqui um almoço apresada. Minha irmã veio já com todas as comidas já feitas, preparadas pra gente comer, correndo, pra eu voltar a fazer outra reunião à 1h30. Consigo respirar. Sim, é. Vida corrida americana. Olha as comidas deliciosas que minha irmã fez. Olha que linda, galera. Mira, olha, parece que a gente tá num restaurante. Ela fez salmão e também uma massa aqui, feito de vegetais, pesto, sei que mais. O que você botou no salmão, Ashley? What did you put on the salmon?
So this is smoked.
Okay.
With honey glaze,
Caramba.
basil,
Caramba.
and garlic dressing.
E olha a apresentação especial pra gente. Aqui é meu sobrinho. You. Hey, what's up, Luke? What's up, buddy?
So I'll give you a little bit of the red in case you...
Não quer saber. E aí, galera, a gente tá aqui, eu tô aqui almoçando e trabalhando ao mesmo tempo, porque assim é a vida americana. Essa aqui é minha cunhada, gravidíssima, indo para o trabalho na farmácia. Ela tem que ficar em pé 8 horas por dia, ajudando as pessoas com suas drogas, né? Melissa, 8 hours on your feet?
Yes.
All day?
All day.
How much maternity leave do you get?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yes.
6 semanas ela tem direito de férias para gravidez. Não sei como falar isso. Eu acho isso muito pouco, galera. Muito, muito pouco. Eu tô convencendo minha família a pegar um babá, que eu achei realmente genial. Uma coisa da cultura brasileira realmente genial. Não, imagina isso. Só 6 semanas com a bebezinha, eu acho muito pouco. Can you say that again, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, Melissa?
It's definitely not enough. You have your baby, and then you get to be with your baby for 1.5 months, and then you back to work.
Oh my God, you're gonna miss your baby.
I'm gonna miss my baby.
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah.
That's hard. I hope that you go back part-time because
I hope so too.
yeah, you want to have those special moments.
I
Like,
do.
what's the point of life? Once again, we're just supposed to work and make money. Like having a small baby is like one of the most precious moments of your entire life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so
I
excited.
know.
Here, do you want to watch?
Essa aqui é a minha irmã. Ela falou que ela tem bastante maternity leave porque ela trabalha para uma empresa australiana. How much maternity leave do you get, Ashley?
So that came in different stages. So when I was in the military, it was 6 weeks. Very similar to what Melissa was saying. So we had a 1.5 months.
But is that your vacation too?
It's everything. It's healing, it's recovery. It's not enough for the woman's body to actually recover. And then you're dealing with the hormonal and physical fluctuations.
Yeah.
It's just not enough time.
If you take the 6 weeks maternity leave, do you also get vacation that year or no? Okay.
Well, it depends on the career. Like currently with the job I'm working with, you get more.
Okay.
But that's because the job that I am currently in is more European based
Okay.
and Australian based than US based.
Okay. Só por
The
isso.
US is far behind
Yeah, é
when it
verdade.
comes to maternity policies. It's just not, it's not supportive. It's not
Yeah.
enough. It's not enough for the woman body to heal because you're dealing with the fact that those policies were made decades ago
Yeah.
when there were less inclusions, there was less considerations for
Yeah.
reality.
When I was in Brazil, I mean, I was a teacher, but I did have about 2 to 3 months of vacation, but that's unheard of. That's because I was a teacher, but it's also because in Brazil, they have holidays all the time, like things that you've never even heard of, like Tiradentes. Like, you're just like, oh, wait, what? Okay, we get another day off for like a general or a battle. Or they have like Dia das Crianças, like they have like a kids day, they have a parent, they have so many holidays, and I absolutely loved it. And Brazilians sometimes complain because they're like, oh man, like people don't get enough work done here. But I mean, I just don't think the point of life is working. You know what I'm saying?
Family is top. Family is number one.
Yeah.
Not work.
Yeah.
Work provides. But for me, the philosophy is family is there when you're at your end.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes it feels like as an American, the whole life is supposed to be work. Because like here,
It's like rush, go,
Yeah.
work. And that's, be a slave horse to work. And to me, it just doesn't
yeah,
make much sense.
yeah. What is it? Like work to live or live to work, right? Aqui nos Estados Unidos é trabalha para viver ou viver para o trabalho. Parece que é viver para o trabalho, né? Que aqui a média de férias é 2 semanas. Galera, eu tomei um avião para, sei lá, Europa 2 anos atrás e falei com um cara, como chama? Dutch, de Amsterdã. Ele falou que eles começam lá com 7 semanas de férias. Começa com 7 semanas de férias. Imagina isso. How much vacation do you get from work?
Vacation. Maternity leave?
Paternity leave for dads.
I think vacation is, well, I haven't really checked too much on it yet.
How much vacation did you take
is
last
like
year?
Well, I didn't take vacation. No, I'm just kidding. I went on a honeymoon, but my boss, I was under my boss, so it wasn't on the books. He just kind of like let me go, and it was about 2 weeks or so. And I think we get 2 weeks with the company.
But is
Now,
that
when it
paid or
comes to-
unpaid? Was your vacation unpaid?
It's salary, so it's paid.
Okay, but the last year, was it paid or was it unpaid?
It was just between me and him, so
Okay.
he still paid me. It was
Oh,
like,
I see. Okay.
internship. So
Entendi.
he paid it
Estagiário.
at the company.
Okay.
Now the company pays me, and then it's all. And speak about work, I've got like 3 phone calls during this conversation. So,
Gente do céu.
so yeah, my maternity leave I think is about the same as Melissa's. I think it's about a month and a half, maybe
Oh, that's generous.
maybe a month. Yeah,
I know some people don't get paternity leave or they get like a week or like 2 weeks or something.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
And being in finance, you think that they'd give you less, but we get probably the same amount as them.
Okay.
And
All
more
right.
often than not, just as a personal example to be totally transparent, when I was at my last role, because I've dealt with various roles, both
Oh,
oil and gas, military, and now I'm in the finance industry, similar to Jimmy. It's less corporate America and more like the European/Australian, to include Brazilian. We have offices in Brazil as well, in Sao
Oba.
Paulo.
Yeah.
And with that, when I was, for instance, with a personal example, pregnant with who you saw,
Yes.
the youngest son, Lucas, I very unexpectedly went on bed rest for a few months,
Yeah.
and they cut my pay immediately.
Gente.
So I was getting 30% of pay.
Gente.
That's not always the case with every
Yeah.
company, but oil and gas is pretty cutthroat
Yeah.
because it's
I
all
see.
about how much money we can make.
Profit.
Where
Bottom
can
line.
we trim the fat?
The bottom
Profit,
line.
Profit.
Okay, so as we dive deeper into this, let's go into the why, you guys. Why? Why do you think... Love you. Então, a gente agora vai aprofundar nos motivos de por quê. Por que eles acham... Como que os Estados Unidos chegou a ser desse jeito? Porque a gente continua nesse ritmo, sabe? Quando a gente já... estamos cientes que podia ser diferente. Por que a gente continua nesse sistema? Muito louco. Okay, what do you think, Ashley? Why, you can even talk about, how did this happen? Why does it continue happening?
I think
Is it
the
ever gonna
strongest
change?
reason why is due to the lineage of American history. Because by and large, American history is based off of industrialism. It's based off of plagiarizing other cultures in some way. Don't get me wrong, I love my country. I would never live in any other country currently
Oh,
Just
I
based off
would.
of my experience. I know, just based off of my experience.
Yes. E eu, no meu caso, galera, depois de ser professora no Brasil, voltar para os Estados Unidos, eu sempre era independent contractor, entendeu? E sempre era, assim, trabalhando sozinha, independentemente. Então, eu trabalhei como professora de yoga e alguns empregos. Também, quando eu trabalhei como fisioterapeuta, eu não tinha salário, eu não queria a semana inteira, eu queria 4 dias, então neguei benefícios. Então, nunca nos últimos 10 anos recebi pago o salário durante as férias. Sempre era sem dinheiro, mas eu tirei de qualquer jeito, porque eu acho que a vida deveria ser mais equilibrada. Ashley was going into some historical reasons of that, like we're an industrial nation.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add?
You don't have to step back.
I think, yeah, by and large, America is based on industrialism.
Mm-hmm.
I think that started hundreds of years ago. I think that lineage is still rings true. So
Okay.
based off of that, very much about what can we get the most of
Yeah.
and when can we get it faster.
Yeah, that's true too. Instant gratification. You know, there's even like some shame around asking for vacation. Like there's shame.
Yes, really.
I took 2 weeks off once and people were like, wow, 2 weeks. Wow. Like my coworkers, like it was a big deal and sort of like making me feel bad about it. There's this sort of thing of like,
You lazy bum.
It's
Yeah,
kind
there's
of like
like-
a toxic culture of
Yeah.
if you don't work your little ones. If you don't work your ass off, then you're not doing a good enough job. But it's not about it's
Yeah.
about balance. It's really about balance.
for us it is, but like for most, well, I'm struggling hard to
I
achieve
struggle
it in my
daily.
life. Yeah.
Because of the military as well, and Jimmy deals with it too. They try to, mold you into thinking that if you're not overexerting yourself, then you're
Yeah.
not working hard enough.
Well, there's some martyrdom around it, right? Like, okay, and there's also some value in it. So even deeper than trying to impress, mais profunda ainda do que tentando impressionar seus colegas no trabalho, é esse condicionamento profundo que você desde criança tem um condicionamento de achar que seu valor tá no trabalho que você faz. Jimmy, what do you think?
Dynamic video here.
It is.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it was if you go to Henry Ford, he's the one that chose the 5-day work week and the 2 days off, right? So
Which is sacanagem.
the industrialism led into, well, we need to keep this up for the war effort, right? World War I, World War II. And then because I was so attached to the American values, keeping the war effort going, even the women get involved, we all work hard, we all work long to make sure we fight, and win. It just kind of carried on that generation forward, I think.
Gente, olha só, eu tô comendo e filmando esse vídeo ao mesmo tempo.
And there's definitely some benefits to, of course, work ethic and working hard, but that's universal. That's international. Working hard and work ethic is international. But I think sometimes in the American way of life, if there's not some sort of more international influence, then it's perhaps a bit too projected.
It's messed up, right? Because did you guys see the TED Talk about 5 biggest regrets on the deathbed?
Yeah, you didn't spend enough time talking to your
I've seen
family
it.
and loved ones. You didn't save enough. You
Some regrets.
shouldn't have been so angry with people and let things go more. And then there's 2 more. I can't really remember the other 2.
But none of them has ever been, I wish I worked harder.
And spent more time at work. Yeah, everybody's like, I missed soccer games. I missed everything.
Yeah.
I mean, even my coworker said, we were talking about how much we traveled. And he had built like a million miles or something like that on Southwest stuff. And he had he had recognized people from the plane so much, like in the staff, that they remembered his name because he'd be going to New York, back to Houston, back to Arizona.
Yeah.
And he said, I missed a lot of, and we were having one of those, good old boy conversations. But he said, I missed a lot of soccer games and a lot of birthdays, and I'm not proud of it. And it was like a real moment. And
It's crazy, right? It's crazy because this isn't a game, y'all. Like, well, I mean, you could say, okay, it's a simulation, it's a game, you know, psychedelics and things. But the truth is, I think that what hasn't hit most people is that o que não chegou a dar conta aqui é que a gente vai morrer algum dia, tá? E não vai ter chance de repetir. Ou seja, você pode acreditar em reencarnação e tudo mais, que eu acredito. Mas com esse corpo, essa consciência, eu não vou poder repetir. So I'm just saying, like, you know, I think has not hit people is the fact that, like, when they do die, it's going to be like, oops, what? I don't get to go again? Like, no, I really actually threw my entire life away at a desk.
Yeah.
I think what's lacking in the American way of life, it's not broad when I say this at all, but just based off of my experience and what I've seen of my own friends, I feel that there's a challenge with living in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's not really due to the personality of the person, but it's due to everything else around us. It's so fast paced. It's hard to really just take a step back and live in the moment and take advantage of the time you have.
Yes, you're speaking to my yogi heart. I absolutely agree, because all this routine and scheduling and stuff has like penetrated our very psyche so that we're not even able to really truly presence in those tiny few nuggets that we have to be presencing.
And then if you have children, if you're not mindful enough and take a step back yourself, it just passes on.
Yo no vote. I think I'm not having them for that reason, just because I just can't. As it is, I feel like I can't even breathe with work, so I can't even imagine. Like, I know about the benefits and the rewards, but I'm also just like, dude, I'm struggling as it is.
It takes, and not that you're not adaptable, you're very adaptable, but it does take a certain amount of habitual conditioning. It does take a certain amount of adaptability, and on a different level than you would imagine. Not that people who don't have children don't have that. People that don't have children, it's not about, and I'm also, and this is not a very popular point of view, it's definitely not old-fashioned, but I also don't agree with the fact that just because, you know, it's not, you're born, you grow up, you have kids, you live and you die. To me, it's not about that. And to me, it's also not about, because it's projected on women, it's not about, you're a woman, if you don't have kids, there's a fault. It absolutely has nothing to do about that. It's purely subjective. It's based off of personal choice. Yeah. This is my personal choice. I love suburbia around me.
Oh my God.
I love having the chaos and the noise. To me, it's sometimes not chaos. To me, it's like I can't imagine things without it. It's sometimes very musical. Yes, very good point.
Thank you. I love both of you guys so much. Thank you for filming videos with me during my Texas stay. Beijo na bunda, galera. Até a próxima. Minha irmã. Irmã, irmão, irmão, irmã. That wasn't, that what? Como fala? Australiana.